अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी गाजबे लो तो फयास इतवारे दड़ा मैं कहा 5 के 6 5 जनवरी 2025 इतवारे दड़ा और मैं कल आई इधर यार कोई प्रोग्राम है और आगे वीडियो बनानी है व्लॉग बनाना है देखने मैंने कि शायद प्रोग्राम आज कंफर्म भी नहीं पता बड़ी रश है गाड़ियाँ शरीक निकलती हैं माशाल्लाह अच्छे खासे गाड़ी निकलती है तो बस गाड़ी निकलती है ये सब आज माल है जग नहीं चल पीछे मुड़ा के इंडोर क्यों गेम है मेरा ख्याल है वो 3 बजे से सर कोई स्पीच वगैरह कोई आते पे गाड़ियाँ देखो कितनी खलती हैं झंडा भी सर नगू मेरा ख्याल है ये उस तक के बजे हमारा नहीं पता हम तो जल्दी देखने की कितना ठीक है जी
I think the line should be made from here. You guys wanna, when they come outside, from this side? Only one guy or? It doesn't matter. Let's do this way. Let them come this way.
बिलाल ये वाला सलाम क्या सलाम क्या ये कुछ और बात है वाला सलाम रहमतुल्लाह ये राजा क्या प्रोग्राम है
Muslim Youth Center. They're having a basketball tournament. Lecture भी होती है इसको बाद.
क्या दे रही लेक्चर अच्छा ना मतलब लेक्चर किस बारे जो सी बता इस्लाम पे अच्छा ठीक अच्छा 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 तो ये कैसे ऑर्गेनाइज किया कौन है
सारे जाकोते हैं मिलके ऑर्गेनाइज हुई है
अच्छा
फंडिंग भी हुई है सामान भी आया पिज़्ज़ा भी
माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह
टूर्नामेंट जिधर ਅਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਆਂ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
अच्छा ना ये तुसी अक्सर करते रहो या बस पहले दाखिल
इंशाल्लाह अगली वीक ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
हाँ इंशाल्लाह इधर सेम जगह या किधर भी से बात ठीक बहुत अच्छा बहुत असर अगला क्या है अल्लाह
And make a single file line, please.
तू दो खावी ये साथ होगा चले चिरा सरी चले चिरा सरी साथ ना मैं उन्हें अच्छा खाने आकर मैं नस्ता है मेरा काम है मैं की कमी नस्ता है हाँ वो ठीक को हाँ सर अस्सलाम हाँ जी अस्सलाम चले चिरा करी चले हाँ जी जाग ना काला ही मैं ना दस रहा कि जाग कम है मस्तला क्या चिरा सर
ठीक हो क्या ये तबीयत है साड़ी
तबीयत ठीक है
ना वो मैं ठीक है
क्या बिजी है अल्लाह चलो अल्लाह अच्छा देखो चलो क्या दे पिज़्ज़ा खा दे और लोड़िया क्या इतने 200 सारे
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا
آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم صدق الله العظيم. Now the translation of these verses. O believers, be mindful of Allah and let every soul look to what deeds it has sent forth for tomorrow and fear Allah, for certainly Allah is all aware of what you do. And do not be like those who forgot Allah, so He made them forget themselves. It is they who are truly rebellious. The residents of the fire cannot be equal to the residents of paradise. Only the residents of paradise will be successful. Had we sent down this Quran upon a mountain, you would have certainly seen it humbled and torn apart in awe of Allah. We set forth such comparisons for people so perhaps they may reflect. He is Allah. There is no God worthy of worship except Him, knower of the seen and unseen. He is the most compassionate, most merciful. He is Allah. There is no God except Him, the King, the most holy, the all-perfect, the source of serenity, the watcher of all, the almighty, the supreme in might, the majestic. Glorified is Allah far above what they associate with Him in worship. He is Allah, the creator, the inventor, the shaper. He alone has the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth constantly glorifies Him, and He is the Almighty, All-Wise. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to follow the Quran and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in His Sunnah. Inshallah, Brother Qasim will give the lecture now.
Assalamu alaikum. Only have the first row replying salam. Let's try again. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Much better. Really very happy to see all of you guys here. I hope like you enjoyed your time. Congratulations to the teams that made it to the playoffs, the teams that got eliminated. And inshallah, next time you guys can have better luck. Next time I'll try to be here, inshallah, to witness. Anyway, so best of luck for the people who are gonna go for the playoffs. So by your show of hands, I just want to know who made it to the playoffs so far.
Everybody made it to the playoffs.
Everybody made it to the playoffs? Okay. Okay, that's great.
Everybody gets into the playoff and get one elimination game.
Okay, mashallah.
Best of luck.
Okay, mashallah. Okay, congratulations so far. So I'm really happy to see everybody, like you guys turn around and coming. I'm not gonna make this long, inshallah. I just want you to, participate with me on this. I have a couple of questions for you, and inshallah we'll take it from there. Any volunteer to tell me who can share with us what is the most challenging thing that you find about being a Muslim here in the US? Or in your daily life?
Most challenging thing you guys find about being in the
In
US?
school, in college, wherever. Okay, go ahead. Your name?
My name is Riyad.
Riyad? That's Riyad.
Yeah, and I would just say like the distractions. There's a lot of distractions around that could get you off your deen.
Okay, distractions that gets you away from your deen. Good, mashallah, yes. What else? Yes, your name? Abdul Rahman. Yes, Abdul
My
Rahman.
brother said distractions like social media.
Okay.
That's a good
Yes.
challenge.
I wanted to ask Rehab again, like, if you can elaborate further on distractions, whether, like, can you give us some examples?
Yeah, feel free to come up too if you want.
I would say different things like like stuff we see on social media. Maybe we go to school, like there's like non-Muslim people, we see things and like maybe you could be influenced by them.
Okay. Okay, great. What else? Any other volunteers? Yes. Sorry?
Establishing salah.
Establishing salah. Can you elaborate further?
A lot of times in our schools, we can't even go for Jummah. When I was growing up here in the Southern Guilford community,
Yes.
I would go weeks, almost months without going to Jummah because of school. And with our work, our school, we can't even establish salah. We can't even pray in the masjid and things like that.
Okay, great, inshallah. So establishing salah are basically practicing our religion, right? Because our religion is not about going, praying once a week, right? It is something that encompassing all our lives. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, telling the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say, O Prophet, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي, my prayers, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي, and all my worships, وَمَحْيَايَ, and my livelihood, وَمَمَاتِي, and my death, لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. It is everything that we do, it is supposed to be towards whom? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For the sake of whom? For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's basically the goal and the purpose of our creation. Like a lot of people actually, we as Muslims, we are having the treasure of having the most difficult questions in life answered for us already. And maybe because of that, we don't really value it. A lot of people go through their lives just trying to answer this very one question. Why am I here? What is the purpose of my life on this earth? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides the answer for us in the Quran, saying, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create the ins, the human beings, and the jinn except for one goal, which is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So practicing our religion, this is just to emphasize the point that our religion touches upon all parts of our life. From the moment that we wake up, there is a dua that we say when we wake up, right? We get up, we make wudu, right? We brush our teeth, following the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then we get ready for the first prayer in the day, right? That first prayer, if we look at it, the sunnah is to pray 2 rak'ahs before Fajr and then perform Fajr. Anybody knows what did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about those 2 rak'ahs preceding Fajr? What did he say about that? Any volunteers? I know people can know. Yes, that's what.
It's better than all the prayers that the heart holds.
Yes, this is better than
Everything.
everything in the world. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, Rak'ata al-Fajr, the 2 rak'ahs that we perform before Fajr. This is what? This is the Sunnah. I want you to remember that. This is Sunnah, a voluntary thing, right? It's better than the whole world. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also passed by the grave of a man, of a dead man. And then he pointed to the grave and he said, ركعتان من الدنيا مما تنفلون وتحقرون. 2 rak'ahs from the dunya, here, 2 rak'ahs that you pray voluntarily, just you're doing it voluntarily. And you're doing it as an extra, you don't really pay too much attention to it. It's better for this man than all what you have in this life. And this is what? A voluntary, right? A nafila. Okay. Then we come to Salat al-Fajr. Then we come to the action of establishing the prayers. Prayers is the thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask us. The first thing that we are going to be asked about is our daily prayers. Establishing our daily prayers. On time. So let's do a quick, inshallah, quiz. Trivia. Fajr time. When does Fajr time start? When does it end? Come on, you can check your app. It's fine. Come on, guys, volunteers. When does Fajr time start?
6:15.
Yes, I want the little man over there. Young man, what's your name? Talha, yalla Talha. When does it start? What time?
6 and ends at 7.
It says so 6 and then 7. Okay. Okay, not bad. Yeah, close enough. More technical definition.
6:15 to 7:25.
6:15 to 7:25. Brother, your name?
Mohammed Fayyad.
Muhammad Fayyad, mashallah. طيب, brother Muhammad, can you give us the technicalities? When does it exactly start? When does it exactly end? No? Pause. Abdurrahman?
End of the last third, or the end of the last third of the night to sunrise.
Okay. What do we call that, the end of the last third of the night? What do you call it? Dawn. Dawn time, right? When does dawn time start? Technically.
About 1.5 hours before sunrise.
1.5 hours before sunrise, yes. Brother Muhammad, he's being, mashallah, smart. He's doing it backwards. Good, mashallah, tabarakallah. So, if we don't have a clock, if we don't have a watch, just like as for us to learn a little bit, you know, some details about our prayers, is that when we start seeing the sky, having the slightest indication of light, then Fajr time has started. And then Fajr time ends what time?
Sunrise.
Sunrise. Right? What's sunrise? Fajr is time is done. Okay. So Fajr time is not necessarily what we have, what the clock in the masjid says, but the best thing is to perform it in the masjid. Okay. What else? We were saying distractions. We're gonna come to the distractions. Abu Hurairah mentioned some very good thing about establishing the praise. Yes, brother, your name? Mubin. Yeah, Mubin.
Temptations.
Patience. Temptations, mashallah, yes. Yes, exactly. What else?
You guys interact. Really do want this to be an interactive session.
So weaker in iman,
Mhm.
also is make harder to follow Islam.
Yes, yes. Weakness in faith makes it harder to follow. Yes, good. Yes, the brother, what's your name? Remind me? Abdullah, yes.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure, mashallah, yes. The brother here, right?
Sure. I was gonna
Abdullah,
say,
yeah.
I was gonna say, trying to do the right thing.
Trying to do the right thing. Good, mashallah. Wallahi, subhanallah, you guys actually have most of these points already on my notes. Distractions, temptations, trying to do the right thing, right? We can all summarize this by being, and this is typical of a minority, right? If you are a minority within a majority and you believe in something different, you are going, by definition, you're going to feel peer pressure. So it's completely natural. Like we as human beings, we like to live within communities and societies, and we like to live in an environment where we don't really stick out. You want to stick out, but not for the wrong reasons, okay? So you don't want to stick out just because you're doing something different, right? You want to stick out because, okay, mashallah, you proved yourself. You are among, just like now in basketball, the champions are going to be the people who maybe amassed the most points, or I don't know, knocked out other teams. Don't know how Tawheed is running this tournament, man. He doesn't have any team eliminated so far. What are you doing, man? Okay, so that's basically it. Living as a Muslim, facing peer pressure, societal pressure to conform, okay, is not easy. It's not easy. But as Muslims, we have tools in our, tool set to deal with this. Can you give me some examples, or maybe better than examples? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will talk about the Quran. I want you to remember that, and myself, the Quran is our guide. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran, not just for Brother Saad here to come and we listen to his beautiful voice. That's part of it. But the Quran is for every one of us. So I want you to think about the Quran that this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking to you personally. Your struggles, your ambitions, your problems are addressed in the Quran. You consult the Quran to find the solutions to your problems. You don't have access to the Quran, you go to people who have access to the Quran, you ask them, right? What is the solution to my problem from the Quran? Why? People are not amenable to mistakes, right? People can make mistakes. If you go and consult a human being, at the end of the day, you are at the mercy of their own opinions, biases, experiences, right? But what about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah, He says, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Doesn't He know what He has created? He knows His creation, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ended this ayah with two beautiful names. He said Al-Latif, the kind, the most gentle, and Al-Khabir, the all-aware and the all-knowing.
ਲੈਕਚਰ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਬਰਫ਼ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਨੇ ਮਾੜੀ ਓਹ ਗ੍ਰੀਨਸਬਰੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਬਰਫ਼ ਪੈਂਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੂਆ ਸਿਟੀ ਇਹਦੀ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਦਾਣਾ ਪਟਾਇਆ ਬਰਫ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਬਣਾ ਮਨ ਨਾਲ ਭੁੱਖ ਵੀ ਲੱਗੀ ਤੇ ਠੰਡ ਵੀ ਆਂਦੋਂ ਖੈਰ ਮੌਸਮ ਕਰੋ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੇਮ ਉਸੀ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਏਰੀਆ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਮੈਂ ਖਰੇ और हर वीकेंड तो कर सुन जेह्ड़े अज नहीं आके वो भी आऊँ तो ये पैटर्न है ना सही मुसलमान का सन अच्छा गेम है शमा बच्चा ना मजहब का लिंक हो तो बहुत ज़्यादा लोड़ है ना पाकिस्तान तो अल्लाह कदा स्कूल मसीद सब कुछ मजहबी होंगे लेकिन इधर जो है ये शायद ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है तो चलो तुहाडे मुलाकात करने इंशाअल्लाह अगली भी ला के तो उस तक अल्लाह हाफिज़
बोलना क्या जाके लाइक करें सब्सक्राइब करें